Welcome to this week's show. We'll give a second for everybody to come on, but real quick, if you guys are watching this on YouTube or listening to the podcast and you want to tune in to the live show every week, we're on the Zero to Diamond Real Estate Agent Facebook group. That's where we go live every week and do a Q&A. I have a guest on every single week, somebody who has either been in the business a while or has something of value to share with you guys. This week, we're going to be talking to Sue Pinky Vincent. She is a national speaker for RE/MAX and a real estate agent, and her whole narrative is video and using video to help you in your business and everything like that. So let me make sure we're live and everything real quick, guys. And we are. So cool. So thank you for doing this.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah.
I'm driving, so forgive us. I have a co-partner here helping me out, so it should be an adventure.
So just so you guys know, she just got through speaking down in Orlando today.
I didn't speak. I was here to learn today.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were at an event and just left there, so she's in the car headed back to the hotel?
No, Naples. Back to Naples. So I'm actually dropping the speakers off from today. This would be Jesse Peters, Michael Thorne in the back seat.
What's up, guys?
And Talking Video. These are the two guys that taught me everything that I know.
Cool.
And I met them through RE/MAX R4 when the R4 convention happens in Vegas.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, Jesus.
Cool. Well, I'll get with you guys at a later date, man. We'll connect.
Sounds great.
Cool. So, tell me a little bit about like how long you've been in real estate, a little bit about your story, like what brought you into real estate, and then kind of how you got into the video side of the business and what all that's done for you.
Okay, so I think I've been in real estate almost a decade now. And I actually started in real estate in a different area because now I'm in Naples. I was north of Tampa, which is about 3 hours from Naples. Mm-hmm. And, like the average price of a home there was about 120, 130,000. And I moved to a place where the average is now 400,000. So quite a difference, quite the learning curve. Prior to being in real estate, I do have a degree in broadcast journalism. I worked at a Tampa TV station. So I'm not overly camera shy. But I went to a real estate conference probably about 7 years ago. And during that conference, I met the fabulous Katie Lance, which if you guys don't know Katie Lance, you should be following her. And Katie was talking about, I think it was Katie Lance and Chris Smith, and they were talking about the power of what video is going to be. And this was 7 years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, this giant pink light bulb goes off in my head. And I'm like, I could do this and I could do real estate because I know how to do this. So I went home and grabbed my husband and the camera. The actual camera, because my BlackBerry does not do good videos back then, right? And we grabbed a camera. I went and shot this video at what I consider a crap shack. And it was like a $40,000 house. And I went home and I learned how to edit it together. And that was the beginning of my videos. And then as I started getting more and more into it, I looked for people that were doing it and I couldn't find anyone. And so I asked Katie Lance, I'm like, who do I look for inspiration? And she tells me about this Michael Thorne guy in the back seat. And so I tweeted at him and I said, hey, take a look at this video and tell me what you think. And he critiqued the whole thing and he actually gave me constructive criticism. And then I was able to even up my game better, get the equipment that I needed. And that's basically how I started to embrace video. But it was difficult because there was a lot of people that were very, what are you doing? That's not going to work. You're wasting your time. But it helped me establish myself as the go-to realtor in that area for a long period of time.
So it's funny that you said like a pink light bulb went off.
Pink light bulb, yes.
Where did the pink stuff come from? What's up with that?
Do you like Legally Blonde? Are you a fan of Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah, yeah.
um, Okay. So that was part of my inspiration. Was
Uh-huh.
I thought that you should have signature colors. Pepsi has colors, Coke has colors. You just associate things that way. So I had a team member, Shauna Muser. Shauna sells Sunshine, and together we had created our team when we first got in it. And I was pink and she was green, kind of the Lily Pulitzer colors. And eventually we had to separate because of the recession, and we weren't making money together. So it was hard. So I
Right.
embraced the pink side, and because I realized that in my office alone there were like 4 other Sues, because every woman named Susan gets their real estate license. So I decided, like, okay, I have to do something to separate myself, because buyers never know who they're dealing with. They just call up and say, yeah, her name is Sue. And some agents, unfortunately, aren't that ethical, and they'll take anybody that calls in, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, how do I do this? And it just became, I was first the pink lady of real estate. And then when
Uh-huh.
I went to Naples, kind of dumbed it down to Pinky. So there you go.
Wow. So that's interesting. You do it like as a branding for real estate. It wasn't a thing that you did before real estate, like grew up with the nickname Pinky or anything.
No, it was, and actually, to be honest with you, I often think of my broadcasting career, and I should have been Pinky then. I think it would have worked phenomenal.
Yeah. Guys, if you have any questions for Pinky about video, using video for your business and so forth, type it into the comments so we can get your answer. So I have a lot of questions. I'm wondering about equipment and how important it really is, and also, the side of like how you actually use video, to actually drive business. Like, how do you get business from video? What platforms, and how do you push it? How do you get your views? Do you have a hook in your videos that that make people, or do you just use it to brand yourself, or do you have actual hooks to try to, ask for business or something like that? So first, I'm wondering about the equipment. Like, how important is it to have really good equipment, or can you just do videos off your phone?
Okay, so I'll be completely honest with you. And the thing is, because I relocated, I went from a place where I was using a professional videographer,
Mm-hmm.
and I paid him, and he took care of my listing videos.
Mm-hmm.
That worked really well for me. But then when I relocated, I realized that I needed to have better control of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Michael and Jesse helped me hone in my abilities to use my iPhone. And
Uh-huh.
your camera in the iPhone is amazing, and it can do a lot of things if you know how to
Mm-hmm.
use it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So my main camera is my phone, and I invested in a tripod, and I don't know what it's called, but it's a doohickey that goes on top of the tripod that allows
Okay.
you to put your phone on there. It's
Uh,
a clip. It's the technical word. Joby grip mount. It's all of like $13.
mm-hmm.
And a microphone that plugs in from my phone, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I do the majority of my videos. So I don't have a huge budget. My husband doesn't allow me to spend a whole lot of money. A lot of women can relate to that, I'm sure. But so that I've grown everything from my phone, and that's been kind of my thing, is that I don't have the big stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I know that, like, Michael and Jesse have invested in a lot of really good high-end equipment that makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on where you are, I think, in your career. And if you're looking to just start establishing yourself, I think that what you have in your hand, in your phone,
Mm-hmm.
is going to do that for you.
So you use your phone and do all your editing and stuff? Is that what you're telling me?
I have a product, it's ScreenFlow, is what I edit on my Mac, which is what Michael and Jesse taught me to edit on. But there are other editing programs. But yeah, I mean, I take my videos that I shoot on my phone and I
Mm-hmm.
put them into my Mac, and then I create a video from there. But I do a
Okay.
lot of Facebook Live videos, so I don't have to edit those.
Right, right. So you do your own editing. That's what I'm saying. You don't have somebody doing it for you.
No, not at this point. I mean, like I have in the past, and then there are certain things that I still feel very strongly about. That
Yeah.
you should use a professional. Like my commercial, the actual commercial I have, I spent
Mhm.
$1,000 and had a very well done video. But there's no way I could spend $1,000 on every listing video. I would not make any money. So you have to be able to use what you have at hand to make it look as good as you possibly can. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I got a question from somebody in the group. They want to know where the link is or YouTube page where they can go and see some of your videos.
I think you just go in and type in Sue Pinky Benson,
Hmm.
and it will come up on YouTube.
Okay. So once you create the video with your phone and edit it with ScreenFlow and do all the stuff and get it all ready to go, then what do you do with it? Like what platforms do you use and how do you push it out to actually grow your business with a video?
Okay, so are we talking about listing videos or are we talking about community videos? Because it's a different things, different strokes for different things. So,
So let's start with
if you're talking,
listings.
okay, so a listing video, I would put it on my business page, and I might do a dark post or a Facebook ad, to increase engagement, and I would drive them to a landing page, to fill out a form for more information on the property.
Mhm.
I've also found a success from Nextdoor. If you guys use that social media platform, Nextdoor is pretty good for, especially with the the baby boomers who are not wanting to embrace Facebook. There's still I have a lot of that in Naples. They push against social media. So Nextdoor seems to be like the dumbed down version of Facebook where the older people can handle it. So I get a lot of interaction with my videos on that platform, but you have to use it as a YouTube link there. So you make sure you put your video in YouTube and you get the YouTube link as well.
So to use it on Nextdoor, you have to put the YouTube link on there.
Right. You would make a regular post, you put up a picture, and then you put up your YouTube link.
Okay, so when you put it on Facebook, you're just uploading the video to Facebook. That's not a YouTube link, right?
I'm sorry, there was a very fast Mustang and I missed the question.
I was
What was
saying that, like on Facebook, when you put your video there, you're actually uploading the video to Facebook. You're not putting in a YouTube
Yeah,
link. It's a,
you always want to upload straight to Facebook. You don't want to have the click and leave. You won't find your viewership as much. They if you have to click and leave, they tend to just leave.
and
They
then
don't
and
come
then
back.
you put that on a post, and then you put a link to a landing page in the post, and then boost that post, or do you make
That's
a
right.
Facebook ad?
Yeah, I think so.
74A. Okay. I sometimes boost, but I find more success with, doing actual Facebook ads. You can Google how to do a Facebook ad, YouTube how to do a Facebook ad successfully. Really adjusting, because if you just put out an ad and it's going to the masses, the only thing you're doing is spending money and you're not likely to hit your target audience. So it's really important to know how to use your target audience to your best abilities.
Right. Okay, so like speaking on that, you get a listing, you made a video, you uploaded it to Facebook, and now we're going to create an ad and send it out. How are you, like, what demographic are you targeting when you run that ad?
Your demographic,
You're
you
gonna
know,
get it right.
it's really, it's one of those things that it's like you have to play with it. You have to I mean, you can do an ad that if you've been doing videos, people that have been watching your videos for, what is it, 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 25%, 50% of your video, you can retarget the next ad so that it goes specifically to those people, so that they've already watched one of your videos. Now they can watch the next one because they're more likely to watch it because they already know, like, and trust you. So, there's so much that can be done with Facebook ads. And, it's one of those things that if you're a real estate agent, you really need to understand how it works, because if you're not evolving, you're going to be dissolving.
Oh, for sure. That's for sure. Where'd you hear that one?
That's mine. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was amazing. That
I'm
one.
gonna
That
write.
was good.
I'm gonna write that one down. Evolving or
Dissolving.
dissolving.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So, okay. So basically, what's the difference if you're doing a video for your community than a listing? What's the difference?
For me, I do videos that I'm going around and I'm promoting local businesses, events, people in my community, and it's not like, hey, buy a house, buy a house, buy a house. I hate those posts because I mean, Michael and I were talking about it last night. Like, you don't see your dentist or your doctor up there like, hey, I operated on another heart today. It was awesome. Boom, yeah. And yet, as realtors or mortgage people, we constantly see those posts and we're all like, oh, again, or like, hey, I'm working this weekend, I'm a realtor. It's like, no crap, you're a realtor. We work weekends, like we work nights, we work whatever day of the week it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to go out, interview people in my community, get to know things, because think about it from this standpoint. How many times are you with a buyer and they're saying to you, okay, so what restaurant has the best seafood in town? I don't eat
Right.
seafood. I don't even eat seafood. But I got to know what the restaurant is because I know that people come to Florida because they want to eat seafood. So it's
Mm-hmm.
important for me to know, okay, go to this restaurant here, go to that restaurant over there. They have great options. So when you start embracing your community, you can take it from a huge level of like, okay, I want to meet the mayor and I want to know what he thinks of the town and, what does he watch on Netflix, down to a very small, like knowing your individual neighborhood. Like you could do, I mean, if I lived in a community where I had access to, people living next door to me where I could interview them, I would like love to do Meet My Neighbor Friday and do a live interview every Friday with a different neighbor and talk to them about, why do you live here, but where are you from? And, what do you love to do? And he left where everybody has to wear their name tags, and he's like against it. I really think that it's kind of the same concept, but I think it would be a fun way, and it would establish you as, an expert in your neighborhood.
Yeah. So how many like videos do you do a week, and how many are community, and how many are listings? Or do you have a
Oh my
certain number
gosh.
that you want to do every single week, or is it just kind of as they come, or are you trying to do a certain quota every week or month?
No, I'm really, really conscious, especially because I do live videos,
Mhm.
and I'm very conscious of the feed line. I don't want to annoy people. I try really hard not to annoy people.
Mhm.
So like yesterday was kind of a rare situation where I did 2 live interviews, but it was also a special occasion because I was in a place where I had 2 people that I really wanted to interview and meet. Um, so I'm very conscious of like, when am I posting? Like if you're posting 8, 9 times a day on Facebook, you're
Mhm.
probably oversaturating your feed line. And you
Yeah.
really need to be aware of that, because then you're going to start 5,000 and you're only getting, a couple hundred views.
Mhm.
There might be an issue with your content, because you always
Mhm.
have to know your content. So when it comes to how often do I do it, um, it's it's almost once a day, but I try to break it up and spread it out. Like I do know like what's coming up. Like, okay, this week, Michael's in town. I want to interview Michael. And I'll kind of think it out. And like I said, I try not to schedule more than one in a day. I try to dedicate Fridays to something real estate oriented. I call it like either Feature Friday or Foreclosure Friday, something to that effect. So I think that works. Like if you're going to do it, like I would say start off once a week, have a theme, especially if you're doing live videos. Monday, Mortgage Monday, talk to your mortgage broker. Have fun with it. Don't be boring and tell us things that
Mhm.
we already know. Um,
Yeah.
you know, Keep it interesting.
I have a couple questions here. One was, what's the video editing software again?
ScreenFlow.
And is that a phone app, or is that on like is there an editing like phone app, or is everything laptop?
For me, it's all laptop, but there are lots of editing that you can do on your phone, which
Yeah.
this would be Jesse. Jesse, answer this
Mhm.
question. Tell them a couple.
The one I enjoy using personally is Splice by GoPro. Michael, I think you use Film Mic Pro.
That's how I record LumaFusion.
LumaFusion.
LumaFusion. And are they
So,
free apps or do they have to pay for them?
Splice is free,
Okay.
LumaFusion's in the States like $20.
Okay.
$20.
and those are apps? Are those apps?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
And that
For iOS.
and Jesse, that's what you use like on all your videos?
I have a videographer that does all my listings. All the other videos
Okay.
I create, I shoot on my iPhone and then edit. I do edit on ScreenFlow, but I'm getting more and more into editing on my phone, so I can do everything on the go. So Splice is the big one I'm using right now.
Got it.
All
Cool.
right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
So I got another question. Vic's asking, how do you schedule the interviews?
I just ask and look at my schedule. Is that what he means? Like,
I guess. I don't know. Hey, Vic, get more specific with your question because
how do I find people to interview? You know, a lot of it is I reach out through social media. Instagram's a great way to direct message with businesses, local businesses. You know, it's not like I'm going to Target where they have a PR person and I have to go through that kind of stuff. I'm featuring small companies that are locally owned. So you have like, you know, easy access to the people, and more than likely they are going to respond in a positive way. So, you know, you just reach out, you ask and say, hey, can I come by 1 o'clock on Friday? I'm featuring businesses on Friday.
yeah, easy enough. I mean, you just ask them and then he sets something up.
Yeah.
So like, what's your business like in terms of listings versus buyers and stuff like that? Like how many what's your percentage of listing versus buyers? Are you more of a buyer's agent or a listing agent, or how do you operate in that arena?
Honestly, in the past, I'm more of a listing agent because I love the marketing side of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I really embrace that side of it because I find that there's a whole lot more opportunity for me and my talents as a listing agent. But you know, I do work with buyers as well. I mean, right now it's just you know, hey, whatever it takes to make the money, right?
Oh yeah. I didn't know if you actually like broke it down and looked at or went after more listings, or if you just kind of get whatever comes to you. I didn't know. I guess I'm asking you more about like the business side of things through video and all your other ways of getting business, like you know, what your goals are, like, or do you go after more owners, or is it just mainstream, just how can I help the world?
How can I help the world? You know what, I have to say, because, you know, when I was more established in the Tampa area, I was more of a listing agent there. So, you know, I was more focused that way. Now rebuilding, which, you know, is very difficult. You know, right now I'm just kind of figuring out what groove works best for me and what are my new hurdles, because being in a new market, you know, like I said, I went from a place where there was 400 agents to now 6,000 agents. So that's a huge difference. So, you know, your business model can get all kinds of skewed up because you don't know exactly, you know, what's going to work yet. And that's where I'm at. It's like I'm figuring out what's working best, what's resonating. And what's resonating right now is that people are really enjoying my community videos, and I'm learning how to, you know, translate that into, okay, I'm a real estate agent. Make sure that you remember to think pink and to hire me, you know.
Yeah, that's good. How long have you been in this new market?
2 years.
Oh, okay, so you're still getting it, you're still adjusting.
Oh, I'm still adjusting. Yes, it is quite the adjustment, let me tell you. I think every baby boom who has retired has come to Naples and gotten their real estate license.
You know, when the market's doing good, that's what happens. Okay, Vic kind of was a little more specific here. He says, do you find there's a better platform that gets a better response to schedule the interview? Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, LinkedIn, email? I guess he's asking like how you contact people or reach out to people.
It's mainly through social media. I'll reach out to right now. I needed some people, to be part of the blog. It's on like places to get your selfie in Naples, and so I just started reaching out to some businesses that people named. I asked people in town, where would be a great place to take selfies. I posted that on Facebook. And once I posted on Facebook, I got people tagging different businesses. Then I messaged the businesses and I say, hey, I would like to come out. It's, a free promotion. And they've pretty much all positively responded. So I haven't had any negative ones. There's some that haven't responded yet.
Yeah, yeah. Do any of you guys in the car do a vlog, like with a V, a vlog, like of your daily life as a realtor?
Yeah, we're vlogging more with RE Video Studio. I vlog quite a bit in my community. Yeah, Jesse vlogs.
Yeah, I Insta vlog. I use the Insta stories, and I kind of use that as a vlogging world, right? Kind of the behind the scenes, day in the life. We all have interesting stories in our world, so that's kind of what we do.
Like where can we find each of you guys so some of the people watching can reach out to you if they have questions or even check out some of your stuff?
Go to RE Video Studio.
Go to revideostudio.com. That's our video site for all brands and brokerages, and that's the easiest way. We also have a community group on Facebook called Revs Nation, facebook.com/Revs, REVS Nation.com. That's a community group.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Back to you, Pinky.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you driving a Tesla or what?
This is the coolest car in the world. It's a pink convertible.
A pink convertible?
She's on branding.
Pink.
Oh, this is Pinky's car.
Yes, I'm in the Pink Beetle. It's one of 300 in the country. So
wow,
you're getting a rare experience.
So that's a factory color?
It is. VW made it especially for breast cancer awareness last year. So that's when I purchased it.
Cool. Well, guys, if you have any questions, what's that?
I said that I had to take the Canadians for a ride in the pink convertible. So
they're loving it.
Oh yeah. Plenty of room.
Guys, if you have any questions for actually any of the three people we have on the show this week, they're all three real estate agents. They all three are deep in the video game to build your business with video. So if you have any questions, feel free. We'll be here for another little while, just chatting. So I can't really think of any further questions that I have. Tell me, I guess since you've been in this new market for 2 years, what's been the biggest difference and the hardest hurdle? Because I know there's a lot of agents out there that talk about changing markets and they think the grass is greener and all this stuff. Can you hear me? I think I lost Pinky, guys. Pinky, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
You kind of in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little in and out too. Am I okay?
Yeah, I think you're back.
Okay.
So anyway, agents think the grass is greener on the other side. And I've never taken the plunge. I'm in South Alabama, and everybody tells me, hey, if you were in New York or LA or Miami, you'd be killing it, And I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to leave where I'm at and have to start over somewhere else. So for those agents out there that are thinking maybe they need to change markets to do better, what's the biggest hurdles you've seen?
The biggest hurdle that I have is that, for 2 years I've established who I am and how I'm different. But in my area, the average agent is older and very stuck in their old ways of doing things. But they're established, and there's so many of them that I'm finding it very difficult to break through the relationships. Everybody knows somebody. Do you ever hear that song from Jimmy Buffett that's everybody has a cousin in Miami? It's almost like everybody has a realtor in Naples. It's like so overwhelming.
Uh-huh.
And even though they know, like, and trust, and they know what I can do, you know, oh, my cousin's sister's half nephew's brother will do it for me, and they'll do it for, you know, less commission.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, I have to continue to establish my value to my audience. Am I going left
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, going, but your next turn's a left, not a while.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were still talking. So, like, just trying to establish and break into the relationships that are already in place, because everybody knows a realtor down there.
Yeah. But, you know, being top of mind with video has helped establish that. I mean, it is, you know, like I can go into Publix, which is our grocery store. I think you have those there, don't you?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
them.
And people recognize me and they know me, and, you know, and people, and I have conversations with them. It's just making sure that they understand that, like, the power of video is I can come to you, you know, and tell you the story of the mayor. But at the same time, like, I can also show your house in a way that, you know, 90% of the realtors aren't doing it, because it's like, what are we sticks our stats, like 403% higher chance of a showing, right? An increase in showing when you have a video. 403% higher chance of a showing, right? Increases. And then it's like, if you were to survey people, 75% of consumers, homeowners, want a video, not one of those crappy virtual tours with elevator music. They want video, and yet it's like 5 to 10% of realtors who actually do video of any kind. I'm not talking like even professional. Just take out your dang phone and do a video of the kitchen or something, but they don't even do that. So, you know, and that's frustrating, because you want people to understand, like, the consumer wants it, but, you know, there's so many of the older realtors, the dinosaurs, want to, like, say, oh, no, I'm not doing that. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but you have to embrace technology or you're not going to get very far.
Do you do, or have you ever done any other kind of, like, what else do you do to create business except for videos?
I make a lot of phone calls. I do a lot of text messages. I do a lot of emails. I do handwritten notes. So any of the things that we as realtors have all grown up on, I try all of them, because I'm trying to, you know, everywhere you turn, there I am, kind of thing, which is what we do as realtors, but doing it in a nice way that doesn't annoy them.
So you do cold calls, like people you never talk to, or just follow-up calls?
Oh yeah, the other day I made 54 phone calls, 27 of them to for sale by owners off of Zillow. It was a joyful day.
Why would you ever do that?
I don't know. I needed a drink after that day, let me tell you. But no, I did find out that, like, you know, the people that did speak to me, that I actually answered their telephone, I did find out why people don't like realtors, which is that we all do the same thing. We don't deserve our commission. And, you know, we're just, you know, we say we're going to do things and we don't follow through. And, you know, and they don't want to, we're car salesmen to them, you know, bad, not that car salesmen are bad, but that old stereotypical thought, because they don't see what our value is. So it is, you know, it's a challenge that we have to overcome. But no, there was one lovely lady who, when I offered to come and do a free video at her house, she started telling me that there's no such thing as a free lunch, especially in business. So, I hung up and had some choice words for her under my breath. But, you know, if she's going to be cynical, that's her life, not mine.
Yeah. She'll be the one sitting there with her house for sale forever.
Well, there was one lovely for sale by owner gentleman who was about 100 years old. He could barely hear me on the phone, and I don't know that he even knew how to answer his phone. And I thought, well, that should be a really good sale. Like, he ought to really work his way through this for sale by owner situation, since, you know, it's such an easy process.
Hey, I got a question here. Best advice for a new agent?
Know that you're volunteering for a long time, that you're not just going to stick a sign in the yard and sell a house, or take a buyer out one time and they're going to buy a house. You have to have patience. It's, even my lovely friend Jessie said to me last night at dinner, you have to have patience. And I understand that, you're not gonna build an empire in one night. And if you do, it's not gonna be a very secure empire, and it's gonna fall to pieces. So you just have to be patient and, and be very, very conscious. I'm a big social media person, so you have to be really conscious of, people call it their brand, but you can call it your reputation. What you're putting out on Facebook is a reflection of who you are. And, you don't have to be fake. You can be authentic, but, don't put up things that, potentially can have, like, innuendos. I see a lot of negative innuendo posts that happen, like, oh, I took out a buyer today, I don't want to tell you what they did in my car. Things that, like, you're like, really? Like, be authentic, because people are going to Google you. People are going to look you up. And if you don't want it out there, don't put it out there.
That's great advice.
Thanks.
So what if a new agent came to you and you guys were friends? They just got their license. They said, Pinky, I need to do a deal quickly. What would be your advice to, like, a fast track on doing a first deal for a new agent?
Fast track on a first deal for a new agent? I'm not
Yeah.
exactly sure I understand.
Like what?
Get you going the quickest. Trying to.
Yeah, like what avenue would you take to try to do a deal, just to get your feet wet, to get a commission, so that you could have some breathing room to actually try to survive in real estate? Because most agents don't make it in real estate.
Right. I would say you need to be on a team, hopefully a successful team, who has a good leader that's willing to share and help you and advise you into, what works, what doesn't work, and can provide you with leads that are, good. Like, I'm fortunate that my brokerage, which is Remax Stream, they have Boomtown, and that's obviously a fabulous lead generation source. So, the other 25 phone calls that I made the other day were to my Boomtown leads. So they're warm leads because they've already filled out a form. So honestly, like, being in a team that can afford that kind of lead generation, that are valuable leads, that's definitely going to grow you as a newbie. Mentor coaches, Tom Ferry, Chris Smith, any of those guys.
So then at that point, once you do learn the ropes and stuff, and then it's just kind of up to each individual agent whether they want to stay on the team, create their own team, or just be a single agent, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had a team member. She was a realtor for a couple years before me, and she happened to be one of my best friends. And the owner was one of my other best friends, so I learned a lot between the two of them when I was first starting out. So, if you have somebody that, can coach you, I think that it's a much better experience when you're first coming in, and I think it's going to help you in the long haul.
Mm-hmm. I got a question here. I think you know this guy, Colin.
Oh, hi, Colin. How are you?
Krieger? Yeah, he says, hey, what do you utilize as far as transaction coordinators / showing agents?
What do I with transaction?
Like, utilize. Like, what do you utilize as far as transaction coordinators / showing agents? Are you a single agent, Pinky?
What?
Are you a single agent?
Single. Well, I'm married, but I'm single. My husband wouldn't like it if I yelled I was single. Yeah, I'm a single agent, so I don't have a transaction coordinator. My office has a fabulous office manager and an office assistant with other things. So that's how, but I still manually put in my MLSs myself and, do all of those things. But I'm still at the point where I don't want to say I have, we're all so busy in real estate, but I have the time, and I still want it because I'm still learning my community. So it's important for me to put it in the MLS, because there's so many questions that you're like, oh, the next time I go out on a listing appointment, I should remember to ask this question because it's on the input sheet.
So you do all your own, you put everything in MLS, you show all your own buyers. Do you refer any buyers out, or do you just take everything?
No, I will refer a buyer out, especially if it's not an area that I'm familiar with. And like I said, luckily I'm in an office and that's why I think being in a good office is so important, because I've been in an office that it wasn't, that way. But I like to feel like my office is my team. And if I have somebody that I can refer to, then I do refer to it. Refer to them, him, whoever.
I'm the same way. I'm a single agent. I don't really refer a lot of buyers out because I don't get too many of them because I go after listings mostly. But if I do want to refer, I just have an agent in the office that I feel is a good agent that'll take care of them. And I don't have to have a team. I can just refer people to an agent in my office. I don't have to deal with that whole thing. Are the other guys in your car? Are they on a team or have their own team?
We're both on teams.
We're both teams. We're both, yeah, team
Y'all
leader, partner.
Okay, y'all are on a team together.
We're separate. No.
No,
Okay.
he's in a different part of the country as me.
Oh, gotcha. Where are you at, Jesse?
I'm in Winnipeg, Canada, right in the middle of the country, right in the middle of North America. It's minus
Holy.
31 there today.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
You need to move down.
Hey, I'm getting used to it already. I got my uniform.
Cool. So, and then,
Michael is from
Michael.
Vancouver area.
Okay.
Yeah, just outside Vancouver.
Got it. So you're on a team, and Jesse has his own team.
Yeah, well, I'm on a unique team. My business partner and I started a team back in the late '90s, and we've added to the team since then.
Cool.
And I was a solo agent, and now I have an unlicensed assistant for the last year, and I have a licensed assistant now that does more buyers and covers for me while I'm gone.
Cool. Are you guys going to be speaking at R4?
Yes.
Cool. Nice. Well, guys, I don't know what to say here. Pinky, appreciate you guys so much sharing the wealth and knowledge of the videos and about your business and all that stuff. Guys, if you have any more questions, type it in real quick. We're about to let these guys get back on the road and drive this pink convertible to, I don't know where they're going, man, somewhere really far away.
I'm going to Disneyland for the next 8 days.
It's Disney World.
Don't insult Florida when you would land.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Rookie.
I used to work at Disney World, and you have to be you don't say Disneyland. It's Disney World. Disneyland is out in California. So I've been giving them the behind the scenes on Disney facts and figures.
Hey, are y'all excited about Gary Vee and Darren Hardy?
Yeah. Love Gary.
I'm kind of excited for Bon Jovi. So, like, if John is listening, like, I really would like to do a Pinky Nose John. So.
So your husband's okay with that part, okay? I gotcha.
He might actually, like, show up, right? Like, if I actually got that interview, he'd be like, okay, I'm coming to that.
He would do it. He would definitely do it.
I'll have to hit up the powers that be, see if they can get us in.
Well, guys, I'm going to let you get to it, man. Thank you guys so much.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Y'all have a good one. Talk to you soon.